Okay, now I thought I explained this before, but I looked up different airports because some fees, as far as airline the price of the airline tickets, it depends on daily because it's a varying price structure. So I looked at different avenues of getting there. You know, sometimes it's cheaper to go. Believe it or not, if I'm carrying a carry-on, it's just as cheap to. Sometimes there's a cheaper flight going from one destination to another, like say Los Angeles. You know, say Austin may have a direct Los Angeles flight, but they may have one where they stop over in Denver, and it may be cheaper than what the flight is going from here to Denver. So I look at different airlines. You know, most of the time I'll fly United or American or Delta. Uh, you know, it just depends. You know, on what the price structure is and what I'm able to afford, and uh, but sometimes it's cheaper to go to Vegas. Sometimes you can fly cheaper to Vegas from San Antonio than you can from Dallas. Sometimes from Austin. I mean, it just depends. I mean, the prices change based on the market. So you just have to look and and I won't know what airline I'm going to be on until I'm there. Right now, I'm in Austin, Texas, and my plans are to go to Denver and do a homeless evaluation on different organizations. I mean, there's like 4 or 5 different ones. I haven't been to Jewish Family Services there. Uh, I've been to the one in Dallas, and they've been most helpful. I've donated some money to them, and not a lot. And it's the same thing, Uh, well, it just they help me with when I need some groceries or whatever, and they have very good counseling services. They have, they're good for special needs children. Uh, uh, and I've talked with the counselor a time or two there, but really isn't necessary. I mean, I I'm pretty self sufficient as far as my emotional stability goes, and sometimes it's cheaper to fly to San Jose than it is to fly to I don't know, San Francisco or something. I mean, and it just depends, and they're relatively in the same area. I mean, you might want to have a rental car or something, but Denver is what my reference point was at looking at homeless services. Also at Albuquerque. Thing is, they didn't treat me right in Albuquerque, and they stole $320 off the rail platform. Now, has that video been investigated? Has that ever been done? Anything ever been done with that? Well, more than likely, if they in any way lied or committed any kind of fraud in their testimony, or changed any kind of evidence, there's no statute of limitations on that. I hate to tell you people, even if it's abandoned and you leave it there was identification in there which had an address, and whenever I walked up to the security guards on that rail platform and I asked for that money, they should have handed it to me, because I know that they took it, and there was a video that was right there. Now, city of Albuquerque is where that occurred, and it was on the Roadrunner rail platform, and it was the seats that were closest to the Amtrak and Greyhound bus terminal. So, with that in mind, I don't know. I tried to open up a bank account that day at U.S. Bank, and I did send a letter to the bank and said that I thought they were pretty much a-holes, and the reason why is because I walk in there, it's 5 minutes till closing time, don't get me wrong. But if you're a banker, you want somebody to open an account. And I think somebody that called and interfered or said something, don't open it, or they had some kind of attitude about it. You wanted me to make an appointment. You want to make me someone that's standing in front of you with cash in your hand, and you're wanting me to make an appointment so that I can put it into your bank. Now, what's wrong with that picture? See, some things just don't add up. Those were one of the things that don't add up, and that's why I knew they interfered. And they, I was also on state capitol grounds in Santa Fe, New Mexico. They actually came in and took some things out of my backpack, and while I was sleeping right behind the state capitol sign. Granted, it is state grounds. However, once you step off that right of way, it is Santa Fe, City of Santa Fe Police. Now, who called and told them to stand down? I know they called and told them to stand down because I seen like 3 or 4 cover cars go by, and I saw 3 or 4 squad cars and an ambulance a couple times. You can look at the dispatch records, and you can see when they are. You can also look at the cell phone tower records. You can also ask their computer people that are resident in their damn state capitol. You know, I was there. I'm at the head of security for the state capitol building. I mean, in New Mexico, and that goes into state sovereignty. I mean, there's all kinds of different things. You know, when I was sleeping on there, you know, for someone to steal from somebody that is actually sleeping, doesn't matter what the thing is, you're in a very vulnerable position, and to keep me homeless should be patently illegal. That's the first thing, because I attempted to do my Section 8 applications both in Oklahoma City and here in the city of Austin. They were manipulating either through a script or in some way on typing with that application. You're waitlisted. How do you know how many people need to have housing? How are you going to project your budget? If you really don't care, then yeah, you're going to close the list. If you do care, you're going to keep that list open, and it'll go up and down. And when you notify somebody, say, well, we're going to have to verify all your information now. If they're working someplace, Social Security will have something that says that they're working, they're actively working, because they'll be getting those monies. And granted, they occur quarterly, but there's some things that need to happen. You know, when they get paid, they pay them. But it helps your unemployment insurance coffers. It also helps, you know, with the I forget what you call it, disability insurance and things of that nature. And you know, when it comes to tip money or cash money, you know, where it's important that they log those things. I do have a way. The way that I was going to do it is, believe it or not, is whenever you open a business and you have employees, you're going to have to be bonded for whatever your payroll is, which means you're going to have carry insurance. Now, granted, you can have a fee in order for handling whatever the fee is, you know, and it may only be like $5 or $2 or something like that per employee. However, that's for handling it. But with the tip money, they'll actually get a receipt. You have an online process for that, and what you do is you have that automatic, and it should be explained both to the business and to the employee that it's important for our funding for Social Security. It's important for unemployment. It's important for their retirement for those employees, because right now they're saying, well, I'm going to make $2.35 an hour or something like that. Well, I'm sorry, they need to be making, you know, some kind of minimum wage, like $7 or $8, and it may make, you know, some of your costs go up. It ain't gonna make them go up that much, and then all your money's legit. I mean, you don't have to worry about anything then, and most of it you'll be credited almost instantaneously. That money go right into the Federal Reserve, and boom, that money is available for investment, available to put into an insurance coffer, available to put in your Social Security, workman's comp, the whole 9 yards. So then I had a couple of friends, and not to be ugly or anything, but they were dancers, and I have nothing but respect for somebody that was dancing. They call them strippers or whatever you want to call them, but they were making $700-800 a day every day, and they worked 6 days a week, and they were all business, and they know it's entertainment, and so do I. When I'm in a club, I know it's business. That's all it is. There ain't. Every once in a while I'll play, which means I, you know, have a few drinks or something. But once I decided to have my child and get married, that part of my life was over with. That's why I knew that I didn't do it. And every once in a while I might drink, but for the most part, that was a no-go. And it wasn't conducive to what my plans were for my life. So if we do that, then what you got is you have the necessary funding to fix your budget. And who am I? I'm nobody. I'm just a regular guy. And I'm sitting here explaining some stuff. I don't think that I'm better than anybody else. I'm just trying to help. You know, if you're trying to make money from one side or the other,
It's wrong. Money's a man-made thing. I mean, in the Bible, it tells you that. Let's give to Caesar what is Caesar's. Well, yeah, if it's illegal. However, when you interfere with my job process and you stop me from getting employment, you misrepresent this job or that job, and you have people that call and irritate me both at my work and in front of my person, and you think it's all right. There's a company there that's paying for me to do a job and to perform, and you're coming in there and you're messing with me and then changing my testimony and then changing the film, and then they're mad because I'm saying I think I should be reimbursed for that. I'm just being fair. If it was you and your child, how would you feel about it? Put yourself in those shoes. And if you do those things, you'll find out what I'm trying to tell you is honest and true. I'm not trying to make money for nobody one side or the other. And that's the problem. The division that occurred with the rent of the tapestry, like in the temple, whenever Jesus died on the cross, or the crack in the foundation of the temple. Well, that shows the division. That means God did his job. Wow. That's what it did. So now, but sometimes you have to, if you have two pieces of tapestry, what do? Dolly Parton sing a song, coat of many colors. And the love, you know what? The love is what heals. Sometimes you got to take that tapestry and you might have to stitch it in order to do whatever repair work is necessary. Well, Jesus is a bridge. These little stitches to go back and forth and help mend the things that are broken or torn. Be kind to one another and love one another. Allow me to help you. Allow me to help your countries. I have no animosity towards others, other than whenever you're doing something that just patently isn't right. Oh, and look.